Hello and welcome to the UK edition of Art Beyond Museums, brought to you by Master Yun Long Tze and Lotus on Water Gallery in Singapore. My name's Daniel and I'll be your host for the UK version of this series. First of all, I'd like to explain why I'm dressed like this. If you've previously watched any of the episodes, you'll notice that I've currently changed out of my jacket and tie and I'm in my chef white. So by trade, I am a chef. I've cooked for Master Yun and I worked in Singapore for many years, and I'm currently the MasterChef Professionals UK champion. So I'll be hosting this part of the series, and in this episode in particular, I'll be looking at the link between art and food. But let's go back to the beginning. Art Beyond Museums. What is the series about? Well, firstly, let's look at museums. What are museums? They're places to showcase art and bring art to the people. Now, when we find ourselves in a pandemic, a global pandemic as we're currently all experiencing, we cannot visit our favourite art galleries, we cannot visit our favourite cities, we cannot visit our favourite restaurants. Restrictions have been put in place on everyone. So the idea of this whole series is to bring art to you, bring these incredible cities to you, right in the comfort of your own home. A bit more on Master Yun Long Tze. As I said previously, I've cooked for him in Singapore, and I can tell you he's an incredibly talented artist and an incredibly nice man. So firstly, let's look at his history. Master Yun is a 6th generation Feng Shui master. In 2019, China CCTV awarded him the I Ching Gold Medal Master Award. Not only that, he has received numerous other awards. He has hosted 14 major art exhibitions around the world, including the one and only ever art exhibition to be hosted on the Great Wall of China. And in today's episode and this whole series, we'll be focusing on that collection. So today we're currently in my home city of Birmingham in the UK, and we're located in University College Birmingham, where I trained to become a chef and where many chefs come through. They train to go on to win various awards, including Michelin stars and becoming renowned chefs. This is a hub of creativity, and this is where it all started for me. This is where my creativity started. And as we go through this episode, we'll focus on me building a dish, how I link artwork and layers together, and the influence I take from Master Yun's paintings and Master Yun's creativity. Firstly, let's focus on one of the paintings from this incredible collection. Right here, I have ABM071, the yellow crane of everlasting victory. Let's dig a bit deeper into the crane itself. Traditional and relevant within Chinese paintings, cranes are ever present. But what Master Yun has done has created them differently. Instead of the usual stick, straight bodies, you have a rounded body. Now, with the crane, we think of mystical beings. When Master Yun paints, he uses gold, he uses UV lights, UV paints to create mystical beings. And that is what we're linking back to here. The rounded body almost represents a celestial being within the painting. And we talk about the victorious crane. This victorious crane, look at its neck. It's standing up tall, it's proud, it's bold, and it's as if it's just had a great victory. And that's what we're looking for in this painting. The full spaces and the peonies fill the page with vibrance. This is not a traditional Chinese painting. Although it uses traditional techniques and traditional elements, the use of 24 karat gold, 18 karat gold, 18 karat silver and layered up makes it a very unique just to Master Yun. Gold has been used in paintings throughout the ages, going as far back as ancient Egypt. No one uses it quite like Master Yun, and the amount Master Yun uses within his paintings. Right now, we're going to look at this beautiful piece just to my right, ABM068. The victorious crane is crowned king. Now, we know how relevant cranes are in this art exhibition. The 14-metre long piece of artwork, which featured 108 cranes. Now we're looking a bit more towards the calligraphy. The victorious crane is crowned king. We're looking bold, victory, king, bold statements within the title of this painting. So surely the painting must match the bold title. And by all means it does. The use of 24 karat gold, the use of traditional pine sut ink to make thick black calligraphy strokes. What I like about this painting and what I take from this painting is the natural movement of the strokes. You can almost see and feel how Master Yun moved across the page with a calligraphy brush. Now, as I refer to food in this episode, I want to refer to Master Yun's calligraphy strokes. When I plate things and I do sauces on the plate, I want to create a natural element, a free flow. It doesn't want to look regimented or unnatural. When you plate food, the same way you paint, you want it to make it look natural. So it flows across the plate or it flows across the canvas. And that's exactly what Master Yun has done here with his beautiful, strong calligraphy strokes. Not only that do we take from the painting, the bold use of 24 karat gold, the vibrant colours that come to life. What is unique about this collection is that it cannot be repeated, because believe it or not, as we look at food and we look at hospitality and beverages, we focus on wine as well when it comes to Master Yun's paintings. Sponsored by Laurent Perrier, Master Yun is currently the only artist in the world to have his artwork featured on Laurent Perrier bottles, and not only that, he uses Laurent Perrier champagne within his paintings. When you see the paintings close up, you can see beautiful watermarks going across it, almost, again, natural feel, completely unmatched anywhere else. So how does Master Yun do this? He places colours and paints within the bottles themselves, shakes them and sprays it over the page. This means it creates a pattern that cannot be matched by any other artist or even Master Yun himself. Every single individual painting is unique and simply cannot be copied. Again, creating a truly unique masterpiece when it comes to art. Again, this is a beautiful piece, ABM 068, the victorious crane is crowned king. When we talk about paintings and we talk about artwork and we talk about food, we look at how they link and they cross over. A lot of people refer to food as a piece of art these days, and as mentioned, I am a chef. I'm currently the UK's MasterChef Professionals Champion of 2021. So what I've planned to do here today is build a dish in front of you and look at the similarities between Master Yun's Feng Shui paintings and actually plating a piece of food. So how we're going to do that first is looking at our canvas. So when Master Yun does a painting, he chooses traditional Chinese dongba paper. And when it comes to choosing a canvas or a surface to paint on or prepare on, it's very important you get what's right for the dish or the painting or the art piece you're going to create. And it's the same when it comes to food. When you're choosing a plate, you're choosing your canvas. So here I have a selection of them, but I've gone for the widest one, the widest plate here, just so you can see as I build up the layers and it's a bit more clear. Sometimes when you look at choosing a plate, you could choose a bowl. The reason I'd choose a bowl for this dish instead, so when you eat it, you get every single layer in one spoonful because you have to cut down through it. Again, when I plate, I'll be talking about the different layers as I build up and how we compare that to Master Yun's Feng Shui paintings. I'm looking for balance the same way Master Yun looks for balance in his paintings between heaven and earth, spiritual bodies. When I look for balance in a dish, it could be citrus, it could be acidity, it could be sweet, it could be sour, but the dish across the whole has to be balanced. So you take things that are very imbalanced or opposing and you bring them together to create a final masterpiece. So today's dish will be seared scallops with a sambal chili sauce, as well as a fresh herb salad. Very simple dish, light, refreshing, with some heat, with some sweetness, with some sourness. To start off, I'm going to use a bit of spring onion cream, so a nice acidity and refreshing flavour. It's a beautiful colour for this, but you won't actually see this due to the scallops going on top of it. Next up, we have a chili sambal sauce. I've westernised this a bit, but I've took strong influences from Indonesia on this, and of course you can find amazing sambal sauces across Singapore. So as I plate it, I just want free flow. I want it natural. As you think of Master Yun's calligraphy, it's free flowing, it's like nice strokes, and that's the same inspiration I've took here to create this dish and plate the sauce. Next up, I'll be putting pan-seared scallops. These are hand-dived here in the UK. So already I'm showing the link between Asia and the UK. I'm using beautiful UK ingredients to create an Asian inspired dish, looking at the links and the balances between Asia and the West, the same way Master Yun looks at tradition and modernisation within his paintings. That's exactly what I'm bringing to the dish today. This dish is inspired by one of Master Yun's paintings, and I'm trying to show that through the plating, through the balance and the creativity in this. Next up, I'm going to do the herb salad. So I've got some frisee, I've got some Thai holy basil here, So the Thai basil, again, more Asian flavors and a beautiful fragrance and almost aniseed flavor to the dish. I've got coriander, again, grown in the UK, but a very popular herb among Asian dishes. And I've got mint. The mint is for the refreshing side. So you're gonna have a lot of spice coming from the sambal, a sweetness from the scallops, and this will be nice and refreshing to finish it off. Just a bit of olive oil to dress it and a squeeze of lime juice. I've got some freshly julienne chilies, again, to add to the heat. And these ones are raw. They've been soaked in cold water, and this is gonna add a slight crunch to the dish. Again, we're talking about balance. We're not only looking for balance in flavors, we're also looking for balance in texture. So again, this is a nice salad, and I just want it to fall onto the plate. I'm not looking for much precision on this. I want it to look natural. You've got leaves, you've got chilies in here, and I want to show off their natural shape to create this scallop dish. The olive oil is giving a nice little shine. Next up, I'm going to add some grapefruit to the dish. Next up, I've just got some julienne red onion. Again, we'll focus on the acidity. And although I'm using tweezers to place the red onions, I still want it to look natural on the plate. It needs to be a natural looking dish, as if it's just fallen on. We refer to again as Master Yun's free flow strokes with his calligraphy using the black pine soot. What I'm doing here is just naturally falling the onions as if they've fallen onto the plate. And again, we're looking not too much because it brings acidity and a sharpness and a strong flavour from raw onions to the dish. So again, we're looking for balance. Next up, I've got some grapefruit. Grapefruit's going to add a bitterness and a sourness to the dish, as well as a touch of sweetness and a completely different texture to everything else on the dish. So again, when I'm thinking about building layers in this dish, I want the flavour of grapefruit, but if I put a whole wedge on, you'll just get one mouthful of grapefruit, and that's not what I'm after. I want it spread out in little bits so it's evenly spread across the dish, and with every single bite you will get a piece of grapefruit. So again, every time I plate, every element I put onto the dish, I'm looking for balance. I'm thinking about balance and how it will look, how it will finish, and most importantly, how it will taste. Again, we're looking at the layers I build up, same way as Master Yun uses layers within his paintings. Here, I have some red chicory. Again, this is a bitter flavour. We're talking about balance. I need to go quite easy on this because it is a very bitter, a powerful flavour, but I also like it and it adds a different element to the dish and also a beautiful crunchy texture. Again, as we focus more on textures, we're going to add crispy shallots now, popular across the Asian cuisine, and I really like the flavour and depth it adds to the dish. So again, I want this evenly spread out, and what this will do, every mouthful, you'll get a little bit of crispy shallots, and this pairs well with the raw onion, so you're getting two elements of the same allium family. Finally, to finish, I have some coriander oil. This has been made using canola oil and coriander. It's going to add a freshness to the dish. So we've already got fresh coriander on the dish. The reason I'm adding coriander oil is to show two different elements and two different ways of using things. We look at Master Yun, he's used 18 karat gold as well as 24 karat gold and silver. Similar elements but differently used, and that's what I'm doing with the coriander here. The oil will also add a beautiful colour to the dish, brightening up the whole dish. Again, when I think about colours, I think about flavours, I think about balance. What I'm about to use, will it bring anything else to the plate? Obviously the flavour is the most important thing, but most people say you eat with your eyes first. So it needs to look good, and as I said, like a piece of art. To finally finish, I've got some coconut cream. Now I've put coconut cream already through the sambal, but the reason I'm adding it here is just to lighten up the dish, and it will also add more colour and depth to the plate, as well as flavour. And so, to finish off, I've shown you how I build layers onto the plate. I've created a natural plating, so letting things fall onto the plate, free flow strokes, and that's how I see myself comparing and taking inspiration from Master Yun's artwork, using traditional and modern techniques in terms of cooking, bringing together different cultures, Asia and European, and then finally, building up the layers to create balance, to create textures, and an even piece of artwork, hopefully on the plate as well as on a canvas. So, now we're looking at another painting, FSC 065, again from the same collection, the victorious crane is crowned king. Similar to the previous painting we looked at, we focus again on the big, bold strokes using the natural calligraphy. Master Yun, again, has created a bold painting, similar to the other calligraphy painting, obviously under the same title, the victorious crane is crowned king. Bold, powerful moves, that's why we have bold, powerful strokes on this painting. Again, the use of red and black, traditional in Chinese paintings, but the filled up page, the bright colours and the vibrance is completely different and not what you'd normally find in traditional paintings. With this, it's also on dongba paper and uses 24 karat gold layered up with gold and silver. Vermilion is in the seals, creating a very almost 3D effect, as if it's popping off the page, almost bursting with victory. As I said, this title is called The Victorious Crane is Crowned King, so this painting needs to pop off the page. It needs to be bold, strong and powerful like royalty, and that's what Master Yun has managed to execute in this beautiful piece of artwork, which could be part of your very own collection. Again, we're looking at here, The Victorious Crane is Crowned King, FSC 065. The final painting we'll be looking at in this episode is FSC 198, Dragon Crane in title, Dragon Crane in reference. Again, we'll focus on the calligraphy strokes. The reason I'm focusing so much on this in this episode is the natural movements, as if you can see Master Yun has just done it on the page. It's natural, it's creative, and that's what I try and use when I plate the food. When you plate a sauce, you don't want it stern, straight, you want it to flow across the plate, whether it's flowing over a beautiful piece of meat, a beautiful piece of fish, or simply decorating a plate to mop up with. You want this natural shape, and we can see how the naturalness comes across when Master Yun uses black pine soot, very traditional ingredient to use in paintings, especially Chinese paintings. He's used that within the calligraphy, creating natural on natural on natural. Tradition and modern brought together. So as we focus a bit more on this painting, dragon, crane, the calligraphy, bold, powerful, mystical creatures. Deep within Chinese tradition, when we look at dragons, we think of mystical, celestial beings. A unique thing about Master Yun's Feng Shui paintings, and also a very modern approach and technique, is that Master Yun actually uses UV paints within his paintings. So as soon as it goes dark and you get a UV light over this, the painting completely changes. It comes to life. It's almost as if you're out of space. It's a completely different viewpoint. It's like you're in another dimension, another world, creating a heavenly experience. So you could argue not only would you be getting one painting, but in fact you'd be getting two paintings when you purchase one of this incredible collection. So there we have it. I hope you found this episode very unique, a different approach to the rest of the Art Beyond Museum series, as we focus on creativity and the connections between food and artwork and the inspiration I personally take from Master Yun's paintings. I want to say thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to see you again in the next episode. Again, we've looked at 4 incredible paintings today, and they could all be yours to purchase and add to your own personal collection. A very unique piece of history and a unique piece of artwork. Thank you again from myself, Master Yun Longzi, and all the team at Lotus on Water Gallery within Singapore. Thank you so much.
The Art Beyond Museums series and Master Yun Longzi's Feng Shui art are proud to be sponsored by Laurent Perrier. For 200 over years, Laurent Perrier has not worked with any other artist before. When you purchase a piece of Feng Shui art exhibited in this Art Beyond Museums series, you will also be getting a complimentary set of 5 different specially selected cuvées of Laurent Perrier champagne: the La Cuvée, the Cuvée Rosé, Brut Millésime, Demi-Sec Harmony, and the Cuvée Grand Siècle, so that you can enjoy the taste of elegance while basking in the prosperity of Master Yun's Feng Shui paintings and calligraphies. Cheers to prosperity and elegance.